Tearing My Heart, take 3. Your verse and pre-chorus thing, and your chorus. So, like, I'm gonna cover the basics in the 2 minutes or so, and then give a little more time on some other stuff that's a little trickier about the song if you want to dive into it. Basic idea. Bassists and basic power chords if you want to just follow along with the jam. You got 5th fret A, 2nd fret E, 3rd fret E. They're all 8th notes. Bop, 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 bop. Two, three, four. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and words. Right, yeah. So that just goes around, that loops it up. The pre-chorus, after you do that 4 times, just 5th fret, and just build it up for 4 or 8 beats. I don't know, without hearing it. To show you how there's a tear in my... However many beats it is, if you've listened to the song, even if you haven't listened to the song, instinctually, you know when it's coming. You're like, oh, here comes this part, and something's about to happen. We're gonna go to the chorus. So I've got stuff in parentheses. Ignore it for now. Gonna skip the parentheses notes. We're just gonna play 3rd fret E. It's 8 beats. There's a tear in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 2nd fret A. Another 8 beats. She's a tear in my 5th fret A. 4 beats. 3, 4. And now I wrote open A, but kind of like from the parentheses that we didn't talk about from earlier, you can use 5th fret A. If you're playing guitar and you're doing power chords, I'd recommend the 5th fret E, 5th fret E. Instead of open A, your 5th fret on the E string is the same note as your open A. So for that last chorus part, the A, instead of open A, feel free to use 5th fret E and the power chord 7th fret thing, because it's easier to play. I think it's easier just to go from here for the end of that. So the whole chorus, forgetting the parentheses, run through it. She's a tear in my heart. She's a tear in my heart. She's a tear in my heart. And then it goes back to the chorus or the verse or wherever we go. So now let's talk about those parentheses notes. They are, I'm going to call them passing tones. I'm guessing that's what they are, but it's just a little movement. I think it's just the bass that does it. Those notes happen on beat 7, and it's just meant to give a little flavor to the song. So I'm going to play it just as one note, as if I'm on the bass. I'm not going to do power chords, because the power chords, if you use a power chord on the 4th fret, then you catch this G sharp, which that's not what we want in this song. G sharp isn't going to sound good. Neither do some of those. But yeah, you don't want to use the power chord on the 4th fret of A in this case. So I'm going to play the chorus with the parentheses notes. Not as power chords, because I'm pretending I'm a bassist now. Pretending I am a bassist. What am I doing? 2, she's a tear in my heart. She's a tear in my... I'm a bassist. She's a tear in my heart. She's a tear in my heart. She's a tear in my heart. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Looped that around a little bit. Bass, that's more for you. Kind of hang out, get in that groove if you can. I had a tough time trying to sing it and play it, moving on the 7th beat while still thinking about the melody of the rhythm. Like, this is why it's harder to play bass and sing than it is. You see more guitar singers than bass singers. You gotta really lock into the rhythm, it's important. So, anyway, that's the majority of the easy way to play the song. Let's dive into some of the deep end. So for the chords, yeah, they're all pretty straightforward. The top half, those first 3 chords, The D major, I kind of lied on the tab. You can use open A and open D as well. The E string you don't want. The F sharp and the G chords, the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret part, I'm only using those 3 strings. The high E is muted by my pointer. The A is muted by my ring. The E is muted by my thumb. And then we just slide up a fret for the G. When we get to the pre-chorus, you got your A major chord, this is one of your caged chords. Or you can use your bar chord, which is sliding another caged chord. If I'm losing you again, don't worry. So we get our pre-chorus, either an A major here if you want. Also, feel free if you want to explore on your own. You could take any 3 of these notes up here. You know, pick your 5th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. Just take those 3. That's still an A major. You take your 5, 6, 7. That's still an A major. Take your 6, 7, 7. That's still an A major. If you take the 5, 7, 7, that's the one that doesn't technically work. It still sounds good, but it's a power chord, not an actual major chord. But anyway, you get that chord. To show you how she's a terrified G major. I gave you 2 options again. One is the cowboy chord. You can either use a 3rd fret B or open B. That's 3rd fret B. That's open. You're changing the one note from do, 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 re, mi, fa, sol, mi, sol, mi, sol. They're 2 notes, they're 2 ingredients in the chord, and you just get to pick to choose which one. And then the other one is just the G major bar chord. The 2 chords that I wrote with the G in chorus, that 2nd chord does not go with the passing tone. It has nothing to do with the passing tone. Don't play it as a passing tone. Well, because it doesn't change, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, you got your G major there or here. And B minor is, if you use the A major shape here or the G major shape here, if you take this shape and you move it down a string, and build it off the A string. If I'm losing you, then don't worry about it. Smile and go play some guitar. Now you get a minor chord, and that's because the B string is off by 1 fret when you're tuning and all that stuff. If that makes sense. If you know what I'm talking about, again, great. But if not, B minor is the same shape as your E major. So you mount this shape up on your 2nd fret of A, and you get that 2nd chord for the chorus. So let's do the build up into the chorus, and then I'll rock through it with chords. And to show you how she's a G major, she's a terror in B minor, not on fire. D major, I didn't write anything because we already talked about it from the verse, as well as A from the pre-chorus. And G major, da 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 da, B minor, da 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 da, D major, da 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 da, A major, da 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 da. So now that last part, the keyboard riff, ya da 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 da. That's what, like, it's hooky. It's really hooky, and it's because it's a triplet. Triplets mess with your head, and our brain likes them, but it's difficult to break into them. So, I like to say pineapple when dealing with triplets. These notes are all triplets. Yeah. And sorry, total like brain fart there for a minute. So I would recommend using 3 fingers. Pointer is on the 6th fret. Ring finger's on 7th fret. Both of those are G. Middle finger is taking 7th fret of D. The only finger that needs to move for this first block of the keyboard riff is just the ring. And we do it 5 times. And then there's like this little pause. And that's, again, if we get into the time and the rhythm of it, we could talk about it, but like we're dealing with 3 against 2 rhythms. I think this is like we're getting into polyrhythm, which again, probably will just let's just feel it, right? Let's just feel it and play along with it. We get the ya da 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 ba na 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 na. Just think about that. Don't think about the numbers and the beats. 3, 4, 5. Now we've got 7, 6, 4 on the G string, or 7, 6 to 9 on the D string. It's the same note. The 9th fret G or D and 4th fret G. Same note. Or same thing. Pick your poison. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. The next part, the B, the 7th frets, they only happen twice. And then we go to the next chords, 5, 6, 7 on the B, G. Oh, it got cut off a little bit, but still 7th fret of D. And so that part kind of sounds like this. And bum ba na 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 na. Stuff to try to sing it and play it, but give it context. Da na 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 na. Kind of try to fit it in there. It's tricky to sing it and play it, but it's tricky a little bit to play it. It's meant for the keyboard, but yeah, I think that should do the trick. Good luck.